This is one of those areas where it's not as though there's just one right answer. We can't be formulaic and simplistic. Um, there are two ways to navigate work versus rejuvenation.
Mm-hmm.
Some people work in order to play.
Mm-hmm.
I think Christians play in order to work.
Hmm.
So our goal is not the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the very category, the weekend, is not in Scripture.
Hmm.
When we think of the weekend, we turn Sunday into a second Saturday. It's one more day to go to Home Depot and so forth. But our rhythm is to embrace the challenge of life and work hard, work joyfully, work fruitfully for those 5 or 6 days, and then deeply rest to be renewed in order to work again.
Yes.
So I love vacation and so forth, but that's not the goal. Christians rightly think of heaven as our rest.
Hmm.
And when our goal in life is not to end up ever youthful,
Mm-hmm.
ever fresh. Our goal is we want to play the game till the end of the fourth quarter and crawl off the field exhausted, having won.
Yes.
That's very satisfying. So we play.
Mm-hmm.
We do play in order to work.
Mm-hmm.
And because the larger category still is stewardship. And we perceive our lives with wonder as a stewardship from God above. We see His grace and glory just sort of aglow everywhere we look in our lives. And when we're dealing with high-maintenance people who require a lot of attention, they are draining. We have to put it in the category stewardship, or else we'll go crazy.
Okay. And so when we would put that in the category of stewardship, we would be saying we are stewarding our relationships that we have, and they're part of the relationships that we have to sort of glorify Christ. Is that how you look at that? And if those relationships are in the stewardship category?
Yeah, if God is the one who's giving me my life in its totality and moment by moment,
Mm-hmm.
then I answer to God for what I do with it. So I don't answer to the people whose expectations and demands are coming my way.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that. I want to be as helpful as I can, but I answer to God, even if they think I answer to them. Still, I know I
Yes.
answer to God. So all of us are navigating those very awkward relationships and moments with a mixture of both kindness and refusals. And one of the tricks in life is to disappoint people at a rate they can absorb.
I've heard you say that before. How are you doing with that?
The longer I live, I'm actually beginning to learn a little something about it.
So would you say then that in the case of a relationship that seems to weigh on you, you don't want to run from that too quickly? Mm-hmm. That relationship is there for a reason. You may maybe benefit them, and they may benefit you in some ways that you wouldn't think about or see. There is a time when you may need to remove yourself mm-hmm. or have some boundaries, but we don't want to do that too quickly. Is that how you would think about that?
Yeah. Everything in life is ultimately sent to us from God, including the interruptions, the frustrations, and the exasperating people. Remember C.S. Lewis, when he was fighting World War I, he got close to a fellow soldier, and they made a pact together that if one of them died in the war, the other would care for the family of the fallen soldier. And this other guy died. And so C.S. Lewis he was faithful to that commitment and took this man's mother into his home as his own mother for the rest of her life. And she was kind of a pain in the neck.
Mm.
So here was C.S. Lewis working on these brilliant books that benefit us to this day. But when he went from his study to the kitchen, for example, there was a good chance that she would interrupt him and require something from him on the way.
Mm.
And we think, what a waste of time. Come on, this is C.S. Lewis.
Yes.
But at some level, that was a gift to him from God.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he kept writing his books, but he accepted this kind of annoyance, this very demanding presence in his home, as a Christian responsibility that I have to believe somehow made his books better.